What happens when the people who work in a town can no longer afford to live there or even nearby? Good evening. We begin with that question, which is what the Ketchum City Council grappled with tonight. Officials and residents say the affordable housing situation in Blaine County has reached crisis levels, to the point where a tent community is being proposed as one solution. Our Katie Terhune went to Ketchum to learn how city leaders are planning to address the issue.
The council opted to table a controversial bid to allow local workers to sleep in tents in Rotary Park, but they say they'll move forward with other suggestions as they work to loosen the stranglehold high housing prices have on this town.
It's so uncertain, but the thought of having to leave, it just doesn't feel like an option. But then I don't have options right now.
Kate Riley's rental home is being sold and she can't find anything else. She's not sure what will become of her. She's not sure what will become of the 95-year-old she looks after in her job as a caregiver.
The thought of having to say goodbye, at this stage in her life, it's tearing me apart.
Riley's grief and uncertainty is playing out all over town as longtime residents and seasonal workers alike come to grips with the idea that there may not be a place for them here anymore. Some have thrown in the towel and are moving away. Others are living in campers and tents in the National Forest up Trail Creek Road. Still more are commuting to Blaine County from farther and farther away. Reed Stillman, a native of Ketchum who is now running for mayor, is also facing down the threat of homelessness. He says the current emergency has been years in the making.
It's just not affordable for anyone in this town. As someone who grew up here, if you know anything about this town, most of us have 3-4 jobs just to afford to live here. But we do that because we love living here. But at this point, no matter how much we love living here, no matter how many jobs we have, no matter how much money we make, there's still nowhere to live.
Ketchum Mayor Neil Bradshaw said the increase of short-term rentals like Airbnbs have contributed to the problem, pushing out long-term renters. So too has the COVID-19 pandemic.
This has been ongoing for 25, 30 years, but the COVID situation has amplified the situation, has amplified the issue, has brought more people into town. It has created a housing crisis.
The council ultimately decided not to move ahead with the proposal to allow camping in the city park. However, allowing tent camping or RV parking on other property around the area may still bear fruit. Other short-term fixes discussed include using federal funding to try and offer rent assistance, as well as partnering senior homeowners who need help with local workers who need a place to stay. These options are seen as a stopgap measure until longer-term affordable housing solutions can be built. Some of Ketchum's wealthier residents have previously attempted to block workplace housing developments, citing the aesthetics of the planned buildings. But Stillman says if nothing changes, businesses will shut down and the Ketchum of today will be gone.
Who's going to pour their coffee in the morning? Who's going to serve them food? Who's going to run their chairlifts? We're not against you. We're not against the wealthy. We need you, but we also need you to understand that maybe sometimes you take for granted the people who are working here, who are, giving you these services.
In Ketchum, Katie Terhune, Idaho's News Channel 7.